Hey, hi. So people, just consecutive video to the last one, the utmost statistics. So we're talking about net profit of banks in our country. We have public banks, we have private banks, what their net profit was in last couple of years. How there was a rise of 39% in net profit from $27.5 billion in fiscal year 2023, and then how it rose to $37.5 billion in fiscal year 2024. So this is where we ended in our last video, and I'm just going to continue from where we left. Okay, so this is about how they're gonna keep these figures in perspective, so people can maybe correlate to these figures of net profit of these banks. So it says that to put things in perspective, the $37.5 billion of net profit the banks had, this is approximately the total quarterly profits of all listed companies in the first 3 quarters of the fiscal. Right. Says that in fact banks' profits are much higher than those of IT services. This is big. It says that IT services has been the most profitable group in recent years. Like listed IT services companies reported a net profit of nearly $13.75 billion in fiscal year 2024. So how come banks business has been so profitable as compared to other businesses? If we compare it to the IT group companies, which is like which has been the most profitable industry in recent years. They reported a net profit of $13.75 billion in last year, fiscal year 2024. So this is about banks' net profit and how come the overall amount, like how they compared with like other industries. Well, this was it from this particular article, about the banks. Now we're gonna move on to next article maybe. Let me see, what do we have over here. Okay, says that India's army, we have a strong force of 1.2 million. It's like how much? 1,200,000 strong force we have in our army. 1.2 million people serving in the military. And then we have budget about the army, like how much budget they received for fiscal year 2025. The budget that they received was of amount, the defense budget was of amount $77.5 billion, $77,500 million. That was the defense budget in our country for fiscal year 2025. I guess, pretty sure about these figures. It says that out of these $77 billion, just 28%, it's even less than one third. It's even less than one third. Just 28% of that amount is used for military modernization. Whereas around $17 billion of amount goes towards pension alone. So we have some figures about Indian military. How come we have a strong force of 1.2 million people, which is like 1200,000 strong force. Yeah, you know. And then it says about the military budget of amount $77.5 billion. How even less than 1/3 of that amount, like just 28% of that amount, goes towards military modernization, and around $17 billion of that amount goes towards pension alone. Yeah. Well, I think this is all I had from this article. Let's keep it going. Let's move on to the next article now. Yeah, I think I'll be able to cover all the stats I wanted to bring up in this video. Just that in the previous video I had like these two articles which were really which had a lot of details, and it took all the time. Yeah, let's keep it going. So this is about workforce. I told you about, like, I talked about how much workforce we have in different sectors in our country. This is about IT services and GCCs, Gulf Corporation Councils. I mean, this is about IT, like total workforce in IT and total workforce in global capacity centers in our country. Yeah. So, total workforce in IT is of 5.4 million people. Yeah. There are 5 million people. The 5 million people in IT industry in our country, and out of these 5.4 million people, women representatives like women workforce is of figure 1.9 million people. Yeah. And then the total workforce in GCCs, global capacity centers, is of figure 1.6 million. Yeah. And women workforce is of 500,000 out of these 1.6 million. So what article this was about, like less availability of talent, like women talent in the industries. Says that only 6.7% of women are in executive roles in global capacity centers. Yeah, and at senior levels, people with experience of 9 to 12 years, at senior level, women's representation was at 15.7%. Yeah. It also says that number of women in mid and senior level position remains significantly lower, creating a talent void. Yeah, this is about women representation in the workforce, in our country. So these figures were about the same. So how come there is considerable decrease in available talent pool of women? Yeah, as they move up the career ladder. Yeah. So this was about this was about total number of people working in IT, total number of people working in global capacity centers, and then women representation in them, like at these organizations. Yeah, this was it from this article. Yeah, let's move on to the next article now. Let's see, what do we have. Let's keep it going. Allow me a moment. Okay, well, we have, I think this is the last article I wanted to bring it up. Not even article, just some interesting stats. Yeah. It says that this is about world's most valued stock markets. So whenever you have some capital in your hand, you want it to multiply, you want it to invest in a certain way that you get good returns. So a lot of people invest in stock markets. This is about the same, world's most valued stock markets. Number one is the United States, which is at $55 trillion. I brought these figures before, but let's go over them one more time. with more scrutiny. Yeah. So this is about number one. At number one position is US, at $55 trillion, and then at number second position is China at $9 trillion, and then comes Japan at $6 trillion, and then Hong Kong at $5.5 trillion, and at number fifth position is India at $5 trillion. So like it also says that India jumped from stock market value of $4 trillion to stock market value of $5 trillion in just less than 6 months. Yeah, that journey from $4 trillion to $5 trillion in total value of stock market, that was covered in matter of 6 months, and it's the fastest pace of wealth creation for the market. Yeah, this is it. This is it from these stats. These are all the details I had. I think I covered like 3-4 articles in these 2 videos, around 4 articles and few stats in these 2 videos that are recently made, second week of June. Yeah, I wanted to give it a try, so I made these notes in my journal, and I wanted to bring them up in this video. We had like in these 2 videos we covered good topics. About all the funding towards Israel war, and then how much it's costing Israel every day. Other than that, we talked about workforce in our country. We talked about banks in our country, like what the net profit of the bank is on a yearly basis. Other than that, we covered like workforce in IT industry, workforce in global capacity centers, and then women representation in workforce. Yeah, and then we also went over how much are the stock markets valued at based on different countries. So we covered like all the stock markets in top 5, top 6 countries, and went over their market value in this video. So I wanted to bring these stats, bring these articles up in this video, and that was the whole motto behind this. So I think that's it for right now. I don't have to worry about making another video. I think it's all good. It's all taken care of for right now. So we're in second week of June right now, and it's tough. Summer's it's quite tough season to sustain, to live through. Yeah, it's okay. We'll make it on the other side, somehow. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure like all is great with all of you out there. I don't really have much to cover, much to keep it going in this video. Like I made 4 videos in first week of June about about my life experiences and all. I'm pretty sure like you guys like those as well. But that's it for right now. I think I'll wrap it up. It's almost time up as well. I will have to wrap it up. So guys, have a great one. Have a good one out there. Bye bye. That's it for right now. Take care.